I made a high-voltage generator using a driver on the IR2153 chip. You can find many descriptions of such a generator using Google. This chip is specially made for voltage conversion, so this generator works very stably. The transistors heat up little and the frequency is regulated in a large range. This is a frequency control. This is my power supply. Contact terminals are made of 3mm stainless steel. Do not even think to bring your hand closer to the wires. You will get an electric shock even with only one hand closer, even through the insulation. Keep your hands no closer than 10 centimeters from high voltage wires. Sparks find their way around 3mm glass. Let's see how various gas lamps work without touching the contacts. Bulb from a compact fluorescent lamp. Mercury lamp. Bactericidal lamp. I thought that the LEDs instantly burn out from such a voltage. But our Chinese friends made such LEDs that apparently can withstand even a nuclear explosion. Let's connect the IFK120 flash lamp from the flash. Inside the bulb is xenon gas. I slowly increase the voltage. By adjusting the voltage and frequency, interesting movements of xenon plasma inside the lamp can be obtained. A magnet bends the plasma. Okay, let's see a more interesting show. Let's see how high voltage melts the metal. Interestingly, heating occurs mainly at the negative contact. This is a copper wire 0.4 mm in diameter. I turn on the voltage and then I gradually increase the frequency. With increasing frequency, the current increases and the temperature at the cathode increases. The 0.15 mm copper wire glows with a blinding light and simply evaporates. Normal sewing needle. It is made of carbon steel. If you machined carbon steel on a grinder, you know how it sparkles. LEDs also have steel contacts. And it also gives a little spark. I increased the frequency, then after melting the contact, I again lowered the frequency. It seems these LEDs will work even in a black hole. At high voltage the contacts of the anode and cathode are attracted. Before sparks appear, sound comes from the movement of ions. These ions move air as well. Check if this ionic wind can extinguish the candle. Let's make a simple ion engine using ion energy. No sparks yet. This sound from the movement of ions. When contacts come closer, sparks appear. Let's do the same with the LEDs. I added capacitors to make the LEDs glow more. 3, 2, 1, start. I don't know how for you, but I like this rotation. Ball for ping pong. Together with aluminum foil, this can transfer ions from one contact to another. Even more interesting things can be seen using high voltage in the vacuum chamber. This is 0.4 mm copper wire at the negative terminal in the vacuum chamber. I just slowly increase the voltage. Then I reduce the voltage. Agree, it's beautiful. Let's see it again. Have you seen the plasma? Me neither. Now we will arrange it. I did this using a glass syringe. A plastic syringe does not fit, it will melt quickly. Even the glass heats up quickly and this should not be turned on for long. I read on the internet that the color of the plasma in this case is determined by the nitrogen, of which our atmosphere consists for the most part. At a high frequency, a similarity of standing waves in a plasma can be seen. Of course, the magnet acts on the plasma. If there is no glass syringe, a glass jar is also suitable. Jacob's Ladder is not such an interesting show. But in a vacuum chamber, it looks more attractive. I made another transformer for this myself, in order to have an alternating voltage. With alternating voltage, the Jacob ladder is symmetrical. When the plasma stopped at the top, the 3mm steel rods quickly became hot because there is very little air in the vacuum chamber, and this does not remove heat as happens under normal conditions. If you connect a round magnet from the speaker to one contact, and place the second contact in the center, you can get the sparks spinning. And you can also get beautiful fantastic patterns made by high voltage on a wet tree. The last number of our show is an NE555 Ionophone. You will also find many detailed descriptions of this on the internet. Just watch and listen. Thank you for watching.
Christmas is just around the corner, coming up just around the bend. Holiday couldn't be here sooner. Holiday for family and friends. And we've got pine tree, pine cone, evergreen, mistletoe, candy cane, and Santa Claus. Gingerbread woman and a gingerbread in a gingerbread house and all. Christmas is just around the corner, coming Frosty, Rudolph, Snowball, Snowflakes, Cookie Dough, and that old Scrooge. The fireplace, sugar plum, jingle bells, and little helpers too. Christmas is just around the corner, coming on right down the line. And we've got pine tree, pine cone, evergreen, mistletoe, candy cane, and Santa Claus. Gingerbread woman and a gingerbread man in a gingerbread house and all. Christmas is just around the corner, coming up just around the bend. Look, here comes the heart.